Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to IITC channel. Today we are going to see a very important topic on safety signages, area wise and its importance. We will also see the different ways of safety communication so that you can understand complete information regarding safety signages. We will see the following topics but not limited to. We are going to see each and every point. Why safety signages are important in the company, in the organization during construction. What is the meaning of safety signages? Prohibition signages, because there are many prohibition signages. We will understand what are the prohibition signages and what do you mean by prohibition. We will also see the hazard warning signages. We will see the compulsory or mandatory signages. We will see the emergency equipment signages, labels for chemicals, dimensions and positions of signage, compliance and removal. And we will see all these signage location wise, because there are different signages are required for different locations, like what kind of signages you can put at site entrance, what kind of signages you can put at storage yard, office building, storage area, mechanical workshop, gas storage room, electrical workshop, chemical storage area, fuel tank, power generation area and medical equipment which is going to be used. So guys, I hope we are going to see all, and you would be definitely going to be benefited through this session. So let us proceed. Guys, it is my humble request, please subscribe and press the bell icon if you have not done so far, to receive the new training modules on time basis. You may feel free to share this program to your professional WhatsApp group so that they can also be benefited. So hereby IITC is privileged to allow you to use this link to train your people, operation team, safety team, maintenance team, construction team, engineering team, procurement team, contractor, each and everybody who are permanent employee or temporary employee, regular employee or irregular employee. You can use this program for training your people. You can also use this program for safety moment as well as toolbox training as and when required. This program is very essential, which can be used to as a toolbox training when you are in construction or before construction, or when you are in operation, in warehousing, on other parts of your organization. Guys, now question is, why safety signages? Because there are many reasons for safety signages. Let us stick with specific requirement, because they warn about the hazards. As you know that everybody cannot remember everything at one point of time, but when we see some signages, some boards, we are alerted. So that means they warn about the hazards. Second thing is, they indicate the danger and source of danger. Definitely when you see the label, when you see the safety signage, you get reminded that yes, there are some dangerous situation, there are some this kind of dangerous situation, so that accordingly you have to take the control measures. You can also say that they convey the safety information. Sometimes the safety signages gives you the information regarding use the safety helmet or goggles, so that you can not forget to use the safety PPE. But although this is the point of safety culture, safety PPEs are to be used all the time. This is why one of the reasons we have to put the safety signage everywhere, so that people are reminded for using the correct PPE. They give the instruction and some mandatory informations. So this is the reason why we need a safety signage. So guys, the safety signages are different types. You can see in the red safety sign, it will warn you, it will inform you, or it will advise you. And sometimes if you go down below, sometimes it is a compulsory safety signages, mandatory actions are there, hazard warnings are there, prohibited actions are there, safety and emergency equipment signages are there. Depending on requirement, depending on the hazards, depending on the situation, you have to choose the right safety signages so that you can display at the right place right kind of safety signage, so that people can be benefited by and large. Responsibility. Now the question is, it is whose responsibility to put or display the safety sign? The site or plant manager is responsible to decide which type of safety signage are required based on the hazards, based on the risk, and where they have to be displayed or posted based on the risk assessment. So every site must have the responsible person in charge for safety signs maintenance. Maintenance means they have to identify the area, they have to select the right type of safety signages, they have to display the safety signages, and they have to ensure that safety signages are always there in good condition. All the personnel are responsible to take care of their responsibility and report illegal, damaged, removed or not valid safety sign. Because sometimes you are going to display the safety sign at various locations, but over a period of time, over a period of some year or two, the safety signages may not be relevant because that hazard may be removed from that location. So guys, it is very important that everybody's responsibility is to identify illegal, damaged or removed or not valid safety sign at appropriate location. Characteristics and important features of the safety signage: it should be logical. When you are putting the safety signage, you must ensure that it should be displayed logically and easy to read. If it is not displayed logically, that means you are putting use of safety helmet when you are sitting in the office, it is not going to help you. That means you have to ensure that when you are going to put a safety sign, in that case the correct and respective hazard should communicate, otherwise it is not logical and people will not follow it. Removed if no longer valid. So we have to remove the safety signages or safety boards or safety messages if it is not valid, in case of safety hazards are removed or the actions are stopped. Not substitute for proper health and safety control measures. So there are some cases we cannot substitute, and if proper signs and safety signages are not relevant to control the safety and health measures, then it has to be removed. Large enough to enhance legibility. This should have correct size and the font size should be appropriate so that it is readable, it is legible. Resistant to weather and corrosion. The safety signage should be resistant to weather because there are sometimes high temperature is there, sometimes it is heavy wind, sometimes it is heavy raining. So it should be corrosion resistant, it should be weather resistant, and it has to be securely fixed. If it is not securely fixed, today you are going to display but tomorrow it will fly away and you will feel that you have put the safety sign whereas safety sign is not there. So you have to put the safety sign secured, properly maintained, replaced when necessary. So guys, as we mentioned that you have to do a continuous vigilance, continuous inspection to find out the appropriate safety signage at appropriate location, and not relevant safety signage has to be removed. Sufficiently illuminated. We have to ensure that wherever we put the safety signage, this should be visible even during the night hours or when there is a less illumination. So we have to ensure that these places have to be continuously, consistently illuminated. Say for example, if you are going to put emergency exit in a storage area or in a meeting room or in a operation area, but if people are not able to read the emergency exit, so this is not going to help you. So that means we have to ensure that this is sufficiently illuminated when we are going to place the safety signages. Must be displayed in both English and local language. So guys, if we put a safety sign and if it is not readable by the people who are working, it is as good as nothing. I hope you understand with me, correct? So we have to put the safety signage in the appropriate language so that there is no problem in reading it, and then after reading the person has to implement it, guys. So the characteristics of safety signages, there are three important topics what every safety sign should have. First is safety signages should have the appropriate color. What is the importance of color? We will discuss later on. the safety signages should be in appropriate shape and size. Otherwise, people will not understand, people will not follow it. And we have to put right indication, use correct indication. Otherwise, people will misguided, people will misunderstand, and this is the standard thing. Why standard color? Why standard shape? Why standard indication? Because people are moving from one side to another side. People are getting changed. Old people are resigning and new people are coming. So that is why we have to use these three characteristics very importantly, which will help you to implement the safety signages requirement throughout your site. If you are not following these characteristics, probably you are displaying the safety signages, but it is not giving much of use. Guys, now we will understand the basic meaning of safety signage. See here, if you see round, circular round in the red band, so that means this sign is saying that it is a prohibition. Prohibition of what? Prohibition of the message inside the red box. If you are able to see here, my cursor, in this cursor is having a red circular band and with a cross, and there is a match box, match stick. That means in this area, when you are going to display this match box are not allowed in this area. So you must not do this one. So likewise, if you go in the second box, so there is a one thumb, palm is there, and it is saying no, don't do it. Otherwise, it will create a problem or hazard. So now next you are saying that there is a kind of gearbox and it is with a red box and saying no, stop it. If you are doing something, stop it. So guys, in this way we have to read and understand the meaning of all symbol, because every symbol has got different color, every symbol has got different shape, every symbol has got different size. So you have to understand what is the meaning of symbol, what is the meaning of the color, what is the meaning of the message. So likewise, if you go in the triangular here, this is a black triangular edge with yellow background. It is saying that hazard warning. If you see this triangle, and that means you need to understand this is a warning regarding hazard. If you see here on the right side, if you are able to see my cursor, you can see here the forklift. That means here there is caution. Be careful. The forklifts are being operated in this area. Now if you go in the right side, this is the a triangle with a black border and with a yellow background, EX. That means it is a explosion area, so risk of danger. Now you go right side, this hazard. It is saying the hazard means there is something, hook is there and something is suspended. It is in the yellow background and with a triangle with a red border. This means there is a hanging hazard. So you have to understand the size, the shape, the color and the size. So accordingly you have to put the appropriate signboards, signages regarding hazard warning, regarding prohibition, regarding compulsory or mandatory action, or regarding emergency equipment, so that your people will understand what do you mean and what you wanted to do. If you see in the third one, there is a blue background circular, so this says that it is a compulsory or mandatory. That means if you go on the right side, there is a goggle, so that means use of safety goggle is compulsory, mandatory, you cannot escape it. This is a breach of safety rules, so you will be penalized if you are not going to follow it. There is a right side, there is a safety shoes is there, so that means in this area you must use safety shoes. You cannot go in this area with your normal party shoes or sports shoes. Now if you are going to see here, what do you mean by this symbol? This is saying that this is respirator. So in this area you have to use the right aspirator, and this is a mandatory. Okay guys, I hope you are able to understand. If you have any question guys, I would request you to please put into the comment section so that I can come back to you with the appropriate answer. Let us go for the next. Here you are saying, there is a box, there is O, there is a box, there is R, O with red background, R with green background. It says that emergency or safety equipment. Here you are see there is cross sign, here you are saying cross sign with person, here you are saying the muster point. So this is the meaning related to the emergency or safety equipment. Guys, I hope you understand the meaning of the shape, the meaning of the color, the meaning of the background, the meaning of the size, the meaning of the color. If you have any question, guys, I would request you to please put into the comment section. We will come back to you with appropriate answer. Guys, now we are going to see the prohibition signs. If you are able to see here, there is a circular ring is there and there is a cross smoke. That means it is saying that no smoking in this area. So wherever you put this kind of display, you need to ensure that this is a prohibition sign of smoking. This is prohibition sign of matchbox, no open flame. So this is the sign of don't use water in case of fire. Here if you are able to see, this saying don't remove production or machine guarding. Here if you are able to see that don't transport personnel on the forklift. So transport of personnel is prohibited. Now you are able to see that only authorized persons are allowed to work in this area. Now you are able to see that here no maintenance list, the equipment is working. So now you are able to see don't work. Now you are able to see that no drinking water. It's not drinking water, it may be different kind of water. So guys, try to understand the different shape, different size, different color, it has different meaning, and you have to be clear what kind of prohibition signs you can put in your area. Now guys, we are going to see the hazard or warning signs. So here you are saying that this is yellow background with a triangle with a red border. So it is saying that it is a radiation hazard because it is giving the hazard warning. Now you are able to see this is the forklift. That means in this area forklift is present. So you have to work accordingly. So you have to display this kind of sign accordingly. Now you are saying it's a electrical hazard. That means there is electric hazard. You have to be careful while working, while going, or while commuting. It is saying that there is overhead, load is there. So you have to be careful with the low overhead, load. So here you are saying that this is a person here in yellow background. It is a fall hazard drill floor. So you have to be careful. Here you can see that this is slippery hazard or slip hazard. Here you can see that fall hazard, cellar deck is there. Maybe something deep, something ditch is there. So you have to be careful. Here you can see that working gear hazard. So gears are in operation. So you have to be careful with this kind of hazard. So guys, why I am describing it here? Because you as an administrator, as a construction manager, as a production manager, as a maintenance manager, as a safety manager or a HSC manager, you should know that what kind of hazard warning signs you can put appropriately at appropriate location. So you have to be careful the type of hazard, you have to be careful types of hazard symbol, you have to be careful which has to be displayed at which location. Now guys, we are going to see again the hazard warning. So you are able to see here this triangle. What does it mean? This is a biological hazard. This is pay attention, be careful, be alert. It is saying that compress, this cylinder is here, yellow background, triangle with black edge. It is compressed gas cylinder. Now it is saying the acid hazard. It is hand is there, something is dripping. It is acid hazard. Now it is saying the flammable liquid or solid materials are here. So you have to be careful while you are going to do some hot work or something. So you have to be careful. This is the flammable liquid or solid hazard. Now you are able to see here skeleton of human being, toxic material hazard. So guys, you have to be careful with each hazard depending on the shape, size, color and borders. Now guys, we are going to see the compulsory oblique mandatory sign. This is the mandatory sign, a circular with a blue background and the number and the symbol. Somebody is shoes and it is a blue background. It is saying use safety shoes in this area. Now this is ear muff use earmuff in this area. This is safety belt, use a safety belt and harness in this area. Now you are able to see face shield, so the meaning is use face shield in this area. Now you are able to see safety goggles, so use safety goggles in this area. So guys, I am not going to read this for you. So guys, try to understand which kind of hazard, which kind of symbol, which kind of warning sign you can put where. So you have to identify the area, you have to identify the hazard, you have to identify the appropriate location, you have to identify the appropriate kind of safety signages. Compulsory safety signage, like this is use of safety helmet, this is use of breathing apparatus, this is a tie gas cylinder, this is use of protective frame or gearbox. Now this is use of safety helmet, this is use of safety hand gloves. Now this is use of general mandatory action. So guys, I hope you understand what is the compulsory meaning. Now we are going to see emergency / safety equipment. This is emergency shower, this is stretcher, this is the there are people, and this is the arrow, this is muster point, this is the first aid. I hope you understand, I don't need to tell you. This is breathing protector, this is emergency exit sign, this is emergency route, this is emergency eye wash, eye is here and something sprinkling is here, eye wash. This is cylinder, this is a SCBA, self-contained breathing apparatus. Emergency / safety equipment signage, this is a portable fire extinguisher, this is a fire hose reel or hoses, this is a sprinklers, this is a alarm fire button or MCP, this is a wheeled fire extinguisher, this is a fire hydrant, this is a alarm button, this is a fire blanket, this is smoke detector. So guys, now you are able to understand which symbol represents what. Probably we can also see that hazardous label for the chemicals. Label must be posted on the packaging, tins, boxes according to the material data safety available. So this is a flammable material, this is highly flammable. F is flammable, F plus means highly flammable. This is harmful for the environment, this is trees are there, this is no, this is fish, it is harmful to the environment, this is only harmful, this is irritant, this is a toxic material, this is very toxic material, T is toxic, T plus is very toxic. Explosive material, this is corrosive material. So guys, this is the meaning of hazardous chemical. Dimension and position, guys, it is very important to identify the correct dimension and position. Signages are to be used if needed. It should be visible, placed orderly and in correct manner. Proper dimension should be there, positioned in the visible and suitable place, otherwise your safety signage is not going to help. Guys, I will not read this for you. These are the typical dimensions given for with a distance. 4 meter distance, what should be dimension? This is 35 meter distance, what should be dimension? So if it is closer to the vision, so the size is less. If it is farther from the vision, the size is more. S is equal to 1910 millimeter. Here S is equal to 15 millimeter. So depending on your size, depending on your vision, depending on your location of position, you have to put this size. Guys, this is barrier. Barrier tubs is used to mark out area where access is limited or prohibited, like excavation area, radiographic area, or something being lifted. So this is the tape you can use to warn your people. Compliance and removal, this is very important because compliance to safety signage is very important. Signs that warn danger or give mandatory instruction must be followed. Personnel must pay attention to information given by sign. No person must deliberately disobey any safety site instruction. This is a regulatory as well as this is breach of safety rules. Removal, it is prohibited to interfere or remove any safety signage or barrier if not authorized to do so. Disciplinary action can be used if you are found that you have removed some safety signages. Guys, now we will see that safety signages as per the area wise. These are the safety signages at the area wise. You can use overhead. This is a site entrance. You can use overhead sign, use of helmet, use of safety glass, use of goggles, use of boots, use of no open flame, use of protective clothing, and authorized personnel only. This is no smoking. This is a speed limit. So guys, you can use this as a site entrance if your site is under construction, or you can also use these safety signages if you are in operation, but you need to customize these signages as per your requirement. I am giving a generic information to you. These are the safety signages. You are saying that don't tamper with or modify the PPE. These are the signboards. Yard, if you are the storage yard, warehousing, so this kind of safety signages you can put. You can put overhead load hazard if you are using the EOT. Use helmet if there is some hazard of falling object. Falling material you can put. You can put danger sign. Office or dressing room. Emergency routes and exit, first aid kit, master point, and fire extinguisher should be displayed in the offices or dressing area or change room. This is storage area. So you can use this kind of safety signages depending on your chemical, depending of storage, depending of your hazards as per the MSDS. Authorized personnel only, no smoking area, no flame area, hazardous chemical, fire extinguishers, emergency exit, and eye wash station. So guys, again I am saying that these are the examples. You need to customize your area depending on your requirement. This is mechanical workshop. If you are having a lathe machine, milling machine, you can put this kind of display. Use of face shield, use of safety goggles, use of safety rule for fixing the grinding machine, fire extinguishers, eye wash stations, emergency route and emergency exit. These are the safety signages when you are going to store the gas cylinder. So guys, I am not reading it. You can take it your own time. You can customize it as per your own requirement. This is the safety signages we are going to use in the electric room. Authorized personnel only. High voltage area. Fire extinguishers to be played. Use insulated boots. Use rubber gloves. Connect and earth the terminal to the ground. Emergency escape route. Don't use water in case of fire. Additional signages you can put depending on your requirement. You need to customize your chart as per your site location about your hazard. This is chemical storage area. You can choose some of these or most of this or all of this, or you can also add some more depending on your hazard, depending on your chemical, depending on your MSDS. This is spent oil. So these are the safety signages you can use when you are storing or spent oil storage. Authorized person, no smoking, no open flame, flammable material, toxic material, harmful for environment, fire extinguisher, additional signages. These are the safety signages can be used when you are going to have the fuel storage tank, when you are going to have day tank, flammable material, toxic material, authorized person only, no smoking, or no open flame, fire extinguisher, close the valve in the case of fire, indication level. This is the symbol and types of safety signages you can use in powerhouse, in DG area, captive power plant area. I am not going to read it line by line. This is self-explanatory. Please customize this requirement as specific to your requirement. This is medical emergency. Emergency equipment signage here, stretcher signage here. Guys, always strictly respect all the safety signs. Never change, replace or remove safety signs unless you are authorized to do so. If you notice safety sign been damaged or illegible or removed, report it immediately to your supervisor. Beware of safety signage. This may save your life and others. Safety depends on you too. So guys, these were the things we have explained in this session. I hope you enjoyed this session. So these are the questions we have seen in the session. If you have any question related to this, please feel free to put in the comment section. Guys, my humble request for you is to please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. I hope you enjoyed this session. If you have any question, please feel free to put in the comment section. We will come back to you ASAP. Guys, with this थैंक यू वेरी मच. जय हिंद, जय भारत. थैंक यू.